participating.
Well, my topic is computers, and my claim is computers have improved the ability to learn. My first sub-claim is computers have improved the learning process in young children. Children are able to express creativity with the use of computer software such as Paint, which comes standard in all computers. It allows children to express themselves using multiple colors, brushes, shapes, and text. There are also multiple games that encourage strategic and critical thinking. One of the main games that manages to accomplish this is the Leapfrog series, in which children work on their phonics skills, letters, numbers and counting, sequencing, and problem-solving skills. There are also games that help improve hand-eye coordination, which is a really useful skill when it comes to playing sports, basic skills like writing, and later skills like driving. Children also have access to online dictionaries and thesauruses to increase word knowledge. If a child doesn't know what the word means or how it's used, they can easily go to dictionary.com and get multiple definitions and examples on how it is used in a sentence. There's also thesaurus.com so that they can find words with similar meanings. They are also able to learn about other cultures. If the child is curious about another culture, then they could easily look up that culture and learn about their customs and beliefs, which is really a lot for a child to take in. But I mean, if they want to see what types of clothes they wear or food they eat, they can do that too. Another subclaim is computers greatly help teenagers succeed in school. They have online help with homework and classes. One of the ones that I had in my school was Study Island. And personally, I never used it, but I knew that if you wanted extra help with any of the subjects, then you would go there for help. They included practice tests, homeworks, and lessons. A case in Baldwin Park Unified School District, which uses Study Island, showed that from 2008 to 2011, students achieved significant gains on the California Standard Test in English Language Arts and Mathematics, and the district raised its academic performance index by 65 points. So basically it works. They also have the ability to communicate with others, like through social networking, emails, and chat rooms. This is really helpful when it comes to clarification on a subject, where they can easily go to a classmate for help, because most students do not want to go to the teacher. But if it is possible, you can also directly contact the teacher for help on an assignment. They also have online search engines for research purposes. Sometimes the student does not have time to go to the library, but the computer is there 24/7, so they can do the research any time of the day or night. And all they have to do is type in a couple words in the search engine, and they are presented with thousands of websites and articles with web-related material. This also requires the student to think about whether the information is credible or not. Everyone knows Wikipedia is not the best site to get info from, but we still use it. Why? Because we see that information and we ask ourselves, is this credible? Can I trust this? And most importantly, does it make sense? If the information makes sense, then we use it. We are born geniuses, but we have to learn to be street smart. So just use your common sense. Also, computers facilitate learning in adults. If there needed something to be fixed with their car, home, or any appliance around the house. Also, if they want to learn how to tie a tie, play the piano, do a backflip, etc. They have YouTube, eHow, WikiHow, and other instructional or how-to videos and websites. And they're all at the disposal due to computers. They also have the ability to look up healthcare-related information, from as simple as a stomachache to a cold to more serious conditions. They can look up the symptoms, remedies, general and specific information that I found. One of the websites I found useful was the National Institute of Health, and there you can find all types of information to educate yourself. It really comes in handy when you have children or sick elders. All that being said, it is quite clear that computers have helped children learn, teenagers succeed, get adults informed, and overall improve the ability to learn.
All right, well, the claim is very generic in nature. There's no setup of what the structure is going to be. As I'm listening to it, sometimes there are some secondary points that come up, but they're not really phrased as claims as much as they are just signposts for groups of information. If you're going to make claims on these things, I think you need to be able to make some comparison. You're saying that this access to the computers has improved students' ability to learn. Okay, well, so what do they know more than they used to know? What can they do more than they used to be able to do? What are the outcomes that we can measure in some way that are going to give us this consequence? For instance, you mentioned online learning for adults, and you got learning how to play the piano or musical instruments or being a mechanic or fixing something. You talk about kids and you talk about artistry and that sort of thing. So, do we have better artists than we once had? Do we have more mechanics than we once had? Do we have more musicians than we once had? Or better of any of those kinds of things? I don't get any data on this. I've got a lot of hypothetical examples that you're presenting. I don't think anybody disputes that you have greater access to information than you once had. Has that access to that information led to better test scores for students, them being better prepared for college? They're knowing information earlier in the school age than they used to know that information? I don't know. You've mentioned some programs that people use that are beneficial. Again, I don't think that there's probably a dispute that some of those programs help kids utilize information or get access to information. But in the long run, why is it any better than having access to a book or a teacher or the kid sitting next to you instead of the one who's on the other end of the computer line for you or in the chat room with you? I would think that if we've had all of this additional information availability, we've got all this additional assistance that's going on, we would be seeing some additional results that would be measurable, and then you could make the inference, I think, a little bit stronger. All right, thank you.